great scientist of India, Dr. Jagdish Chandra Bose, once said that select only the best, give them the freedom to work, remind them that the solution of the simplest of problems should be related to the community.
I am sure that this camp will definitely provide a different views for the future of the various budding scientists, and they will definitely useful to the students as well as nation as the such. Again, I congratulate the Department of Science and Technology for initiating this program. We will see the results in due course of time. Dhanyavad.
Inspire is one of such an innovative program developed by the Department of Science and Technology to attract talent to the excitement and study of science at an early age, and to help the country build the required critical resource pool for strengthening and expanding the S&T system and base. It is a very important research and development program with long-term foresight.
In a bid to expose the advancement in science and technology to the school students of 10th and 12th standard, Department of Biochemistry, Saurashtra University, Rajkot, organized such an enthusiastic program for the second time from 26th to 30th November 2012.
On the 26th November, the inauguration ceremony took place in the auspicious presence of Professor Harish Pad, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sardar Patel University, Vallabh Vidyanagar, Swami Sarvasthanandji, Adhyaksha Shri Ramakrishna Ashram, Rajkot, Dr. Girish Bhimani, Syndicate Member, Saurashtra University, Dr. Kamal Dodia, Dean, Faculty of Medicines, Saurashtra University, HOD, Department of Pharmacy, Dr. Naveen Seth.
In his speech, Dr. Pad stated that the motto of this Inspire camp is not to make every one of you a scientist, but it helps the students to develop a scientific thought process in their lives, which will help them to solve many problems in their lives.
On this occasion, in his inaugural speech, Swami Sarvasthanandji says that Swami Vivekananda was only sent pioneer to develop basic science in India.
On this occasion, Dr. Naveen Seth, Professor and Head of Department, gave a brief information about this camp and discussed the program during 5 days. Dr. Girish Bhimani and Dr. Kamal Dodia gave thought-provoking speeches.
After this enthusiastic inauguration ceremony, Professor Harish Pad took a scientific session on learning and teaching modern sciences. During his session, he said that there are two things in science. One is based on observation, and second, make it clear that science is an interdisciplinary subject.
In the second session of the first day, Dr. Sanjeev Oza, ex-coordinator, World Organization of Students and Youths, gave a memorable discourse on the subject of contribution of India in science and technology. He gave numerous examples of India's great scientific heritage. He said that mutual relationship between old and new science is very much fruitful for our development. Participants enjoyed the session. Students were pleased by satisfactory answer of their queries.
After a tea break, Dr. Narottam Sahu, advisor and HOD, Gujkost, took an interaction session on a very interesting subject, out-of-box thinking. He said that science gave a new dimension to our thought process. Further, he said that we can enjoy the real thrill of science by performing research. When any researcher tries to find out his quest, a society can get a new purified research. He encouraged all the students to make their career in basic science.
On the second day of Inspire Internship Science Camp, first session was Current Trends in Biotechnology Research with special focus on enzyme biotechnology. Session was taken by Professor Sunil K. Khare, Department of Chemistry, Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi. Students fully drenched with his very informative presentation. Participants asked various questions regarding day-to-day life. This session might open new sight or vision about basic sciences in the mind of students.
After this session, Dr. Udayan Prajapati, Assistant Professor of Department of Mathematics, St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad, took an informative session on how to inspire for research in mathematics. During his speech, he focused on importance of mathematics in field of research.
Window to the Universe. In this interactive session with Dr. Shashi Kiran Ganesh, students came to know about galaxy, universe, space, space shuttle, etc. Participants enjoyed the journey of universe from their seats.
Last session of second day schedule was a collection of various subjects like nanotechnology, DNA, and aspects of genetic engineering, basic understanding of neurodegenerative diseases, etc. The session was conducted by Dr. Sri Ram Kanwa, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar. He says that don't hesitate about asking questions. Students were spellbound during his lecture.
On the third day of the internship program 2012, first session was taken by Dr. Deepak Parmar, Assistant Professor, Shri M.N. Virani Science College, Rajkot. His subject was Learning Science Can Be Fun. During his lecture, he suggested that students not kill their curiosity. He narrated different, very interesting science-related stories. Students were spellbound by all these stories of basic research in science.
Next scientific session was taken by Professor N. Rogalia. His subject was very interesting. What is 100? Professor Raghulia took very interesting and live session about use of mathematics in everyone's day-to-day life.
After lunch break, there was a very informative session about understanding mechanics and division of a biological cell using computer models. Dr. Raja Paul from Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, Kolkata, was the speaker of the session.
Speaking on the utilization of biophysics on cells in human body, Dr. Paul, PhD from Germany and postdoctoral researcher from USA, stated that recent inventions have been fruitful in knowing the occurrence of Parkinson's disease and cancer. With the help of computers, the working of human cells, the looseness or stress in the cells and the transportation system from one cell to another can be monitored easily.
With these achievements, the prevention of Parkinson's disease and cancer can be developed in the near future.
After this, Mr. Dhananjay Rawal from Ankur Hobby Center, Ahmedabad, took a very interesting and live session about demonstration of science experiments. He demonstrated various scientific experiments which are related to our life. He said that science is very deep compared to our bookish knowledge. It cannot be taught only by books. Science is part and parcel of every activity. So, each student can learn it by minute observation of every activity. Student enjoyed this session very much.
Fourth day of the Inspire internship program was very interesting for the students. The day was dedicated to chemistry. Dr. Surendra Kulkarni, a scientist from Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, took both the sessions on Chemistry is Fun. He presented a tough subject like chemistry with fun. He said that nowadays organic farming is a very popular word. But how many people know the real meaning of this word organic is a question. He introduced the whole subject by narrating various experiments.
Next session was taken by mentors from Indian Association for the Cultivation of Science, Kolkata. Dr. Ayan Datta gave a very informative speech on chemistry, the evergreen science. He informed students about the history of chemistry. He also gave a very informative talk on how various materials like gold, copper, aluminium are formed or produced. It was a very worth knowing scientific session. Student very interestingly heard his lecture.
On the last day of this 5-day event, in the morning session, all the participants visited laboratories of different science faculty departments of Saurashtra University and understood the functions and compositions of various expensive equipments. Students very eagerly observed everything about the laboratories.
After that, the special guest was Dr. A. Mukhopadhyay, advisor and scientist G from Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi. He informed the students about the real purpose behind the Inspire program.
Next scientific session was taken by V. Balram, Chief Scientist and Head Geochemistry, National Geophysical Research Institute, Hyderabad. He awakened all the participants about climate change and global warming. This session might open new sight or vision about global warming in the minds of students. Participants asked various questions on this subject.
In the next session, Dr. Kumud Patel, Deputy Director, National Institute of Occupational Health, Ahmedabad, spoke on very lively aspect of occupational health. Students very interestingly heard her lecture and asked many questions related to the subject. They really enjoyed the session.
After lunch break, last interactive session was with Dr. M. G. Thakkar, Head, Department of Geology, Shyamji Krishna Verma, Kutch University, Bhuj. Mentor narrated in detail about earth process and understanding of the science of geology. He said that everyone should have an attitude of scientist. Participants fully concentrated on the entire subject.
On the last day of Inspire Internship Science Camp 2012, the valedictory function took place in auspicious presence of Dr. M. K. Padalia, Dr. A. Mukhopadhyay, and other dignitaries. In this valedictory session, students shared their observations and experience regarding Inspire Internship Science Camp.
I am Madhuri Parma, studying in St. Mary's School, 12th standard. During this program, we got to know that engineering and medicine are not the only option. In fact, there is a better, most basic, yet superior option. Superior in the sense that both medicine and engineering depend on it. Nutritious food provided during this program have satiated our stomach, and talks by the expert have quenched our thirst for curiosity. Talks on different subject areas like biology, biotechnology, biochemistry, math, physics, and chemistry have boosted our theoretical knowledge, and demonstrations were like icing on the cake.
During this 5-day program, all the participants interacted with the eminent scientists and mentors from renowned institutes from all over India.
There were 300 participants selected from 500 applicants from various 32 schools of Gujarat.
We hope that nation will be proud of such intellectual students in future.
તારીખ 26 થી 30 સુધી સૌરાષ્ટ્ર યુનિવર્સિટી કેમ્પસમાં ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પનું આયોજન કરવામાં આવ્યું. આ ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પની અંદર ગુજરાતભરના લગભગ 30 સ્કૂલના 11મા અને 12મા ધોરણના વિદ્યાર્થીઓએ ભાગ લીધો. ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પ માટે ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ ઓફ સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજી તરફથી 250 વિદ્યાર્થી માટેની 5 દિવસની સંપૂર્ણ રહેવા જમવા માટેની ગ્રાન્ટ આપવામાં આવી. સૌરાષ્ટ્ર યુનિવર્સિટીએ 50 વિદ્યાર્થીની ગ્રાન્ટ સ્પોન્સર કરી અને કુલ 300 વિદ્યાર્થીઓએ પૂરેપૂરા ઇન્વોલ્વમેન્ટ સાથે સક્રિયતાથી 5 દિવસના આ ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પમાં ભાગ લીધો. આ ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પ કરવા પાછળનો મુખ્ય હેતુ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ ઓફ સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજીનો એ રહ્યો છે કે વિદ્યાર્થીઓમાં ખાસ કરીને વિજ્ઞાનના ક્ષેત્રે વિજ્ઞાનના વિદ્યાર્થીઓમાં આજે મેડિકલ અને એન્જિનિયરિંગમાં પ્રવેશ માટેની દોડ દેખાય છે. એ સંદર્ભમાં વૈજ્ઞાનિક અભિગમ વિદ્યાર્થીઓ સાયન્સમાં બેઝિક સાયન્સમાં એક વૈજ્ઞાનિક દૃષ્ટિકોણથી રસ લેતા થાય, એના કન્સેપ્ચ્યુઅલ આસ્પેક્ટમાં ઊંડા ઉતરે અને નવા વૈજ્ઞાનિકો નવા સાયન્ટિસ્ટ દેશને મળે અને દેશનો ખરા અર્થની અંદર એક કોન્ક્રીટ ફાઉન્ડેશન સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજીના ક્ષેત્રે થાય, એ હેતુ એ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ ઓફ સાયન્સ એન્ડ ટેકનોલોજીનો આ ઇન્સ્પાયર કેમ્પ યોજવા પાછળનો રહ્યો છે.
વંદે માતરમ વંદે માતરમ સુજલામ સુફલામ મલયજ શીતલામ સસ્યશ્યામલામ માતરમ વંદે માતરમ વંદે માતરમ સુપ્રજોત્સ્ના પુલકિતયામિનીં પુલ્લકુસુમિતા દ્રુમધળશોભિનીં સુહાસિનીં સુમધુરભાષિનીં સુખદાં વરદાં માતરમ વંદે માતરમ વંદે માતરમ વંદે માતરમ વંદે માતરમ.